Shabbat Shalom, Shana Tova, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the Beth Israel Rabbi. We are just days away from celebrating the new year, from Rosh Hashana. And the Shabbat that follows Rosh Hashanah and precedes Yom Kippur is known as Shabbat Shuvah, a Shabbat of repentance, a Shabbat of return. It's a special Shabbat. And it also is a Shabbat in which we read the penultimate parsha of the Torah. Not only of the book of Devarim, but the entire Torah. Moses is finishing his valedictory. He is about to pass away. At this point, he's desperate to do all that he can to ensure that the Israelites are going to act appropriately when he is no longer with them and as they enter into the land of Israel. This parsha is one of the rare examples of a shir, of a poem in the Torah. It's beautiful. The language, the imagery, all beautiful. Fascinating as well. And there's one little piece that's really quite disturbing theologically. The Torah tells us that Moses says that for those who do not follow God, they'll waste away with hunger. It's a fascinating idea. Ibn Ezra explains that this literally means that they will burn with hunger. Ben Yabachia explains that the burning of hunger means that they'll be so hungry that their body will begin to work extra hard because literally the person's body will be eating away at itself out of hunger. I have to admit that I have a theological issue with this particular text. Because I don't believe that people go hungry because of what they've done theologically. But unfortunately, people go hungry because of bad luck. Because of a situation that they happen to find themselves in. But people do burn with hunger. I remember talking with a late member of my synagogue where I was an assistant rabbi who had been a Holocaust survivor. And he said to me that the most difficult thing that he endured in the Shoah, in the Holocaust, was the hunger. Constantly, consistently, every day, being hungry. Unfortunately, though, hunger is not limited to just Holocaust survivors. There are people in our very own Jewish community today who are burning with hunger because they simply do not have the financial ability to afford to buy the food that they need for themselves and often for their family. Especially here in Vancouver. It's not so well known, but our particular Jewish community has the highest percentage of members under the poverty rate of anyone in our country, in our Jewish community of Canada. And of course, in recent years, it's only become more difficult as the price of housing, especially the price of rentals, go up. People struggle between paying rental bills and their food bills. And if you're about to be kicked out of one's house, what do? Do you pay your rent or do you pay your house? Many people opt to pay their house first and then to take care of their food needs. And this is exactly why the Jewish Food Bank has seen a significant rise in the number of people that they have been feeding in recent months. Project Isaiah is the Jewish Food Bank's attempt every year to bring in food, to be able to feed our hungry. In the Haftarah that we read on Yom Kippur from the book of Isaiah, Isaiah says that our fast on Yom Kippur should not be for the sake of nothing, that there should be meaning to it. It should remind us of the fact that there are people who are fasting not out of religious reasons, but because they don't have the money to buy the food that they need to eat. I want to encourage you that when you come to synagogue on Rosh Hashanah, pick up one of the 400 bags that we have for Project Isaiah. Take it home and bring it back to the synagogue full of food. I want to make sure that this year, every single one of the bags that the Jewish Food Bank through the JFSA has given us comes back completely full, and that we as a congregation help with Project Isaiah. Help feed our hungry. Help make a difference in our community. Shabbat Shalom. Shana Tova.